Praises to the Most High Yahweh Shem Shai, double honest to the elders and apostles of James well. Shabbat shalom for that. Shabbat shalom. Just listen to this guy, Pimp named Slickback. He says, well, that's not his name, but a pimp shares the most important lesson he's learned when it comes to women. Go for the ones that like you, not the ones you like. And I just play.
The most important lesson I learned: mess with the chick that like you, not the one you like. The one you like, you're gonna accept all kind of stuff out of it, and y'all know it's true. You're gonna accept all kind of stuff, but you never accept off another chick. And it might be another chick right next door that like you and gonna do everything and keep you right. But you rather mess with this pretty girl over here that's giving you all kind of problems. You dig? That's how the world goes. Not just with the pimp in the whole game. A lot of people have a tendency, the right people they're supposed to treat right, that's loyal and dedicated, they overlook it and they treat the other people right. That mean them no good, no intentions.
And he makes a very good point, even though he's a pimp. He's essentially a whoremonger. And yeah, you're not supposed to be a whoremonger, and he's a whoremonger, but still doesn't stop the fact that he illustrated a very good point. And Israel is in that spirit. The Lord loves Israel, but they've forsaken the Lord, and they lean on Esau, and Esau completely hates them and finds them abominable, even though Esau's the abominable one. He's shown you time and time again that he hates you, but our people don't want to cleave unto the Lord. To them, they believe in the Lord, but well, let's get that scripture real quick. This is Malachi 1:2. I have loved you, saith the Lord, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I love Jacob. So the Lord has always chosen Jacob, and the descendants of Jacob over, all other people on earth, because he's chosen one people towards himself. But our people be like, oh, yeah, the Lord don't love us. If the Lord loved us, we wouldn't be going through all of this. And they don't understand the scriptures, and don't understand the reason why Israel is in the situation that Israel is in is because they went off. Ultimately, it was to bring Israel back, but our people was wicked anyway, and that's just how the Lord set up to create peace and judgment on the earth. Because at the end of the day, the Lord is not going to give you the world for you to rule over if you don't understand the difference between right and wrong. So it's just how it is. But our people, our people are not interested in judgment, and it is what it is, man. And while all of this is happening, Mr. Biden, this, I was watching a video with Fear the Most High GMS with Brother Rakar, and he was talking about how Edomites, you know, could not possibly live 900 years with this skin, and just looking at him, it just shows you that, this is servants on horseback, man. I mean, look at this dude, man. He looks like shriveled bullsack. And this guy.
Yeah, you's a handsome young brother, won't you vax that thing up? Needing real life, you need to vax that thing up. Feeling freaky all night, you need to vax that thing up. Girl, you look good, won't you vax that thing up? You's a handsome young brother, won't you vax that thing up? Needing real life, you need to vax that thing up. Feeling freaky all night, you need to vax that thing, girl.
Yo, this place is vexing, man. So this guy, he wants to fall off the Esau, and Lord knows, how much he got paid or what Esau's palmed him off with for him to come up with that dead arse rhyme. Because he's not even spitting no lyrics, he's just repeating. I don't know whether or not that's a chorus. All I know is this guy's just saying the same thing over and over again. And nah, I don't want to. I don't feel like it. You want to talk about your liberal, but if I don't want to take it, you want to take my job away. And yeah, I just wanted to make a quick point before I get more into the scriptures. This is the mindset of people. Is it? And I believe this dude is probably a Benjamite, where it says, God works in mysterious ways. Always trust Him. In 1996, this man cost England the semi-finals as a player by missing a penalty. It's the same man taking them to their first Euro finals. Trust God's timing. And Yahweh don't give no shits about no football, man. I don't understand why these people love to put worldly things, on the Most High. Yeah, we understand, man's goings is of the Lord, but the Lord ain't really checking. I don't even know how to. I can't. It's like I can't even. They really feel like the Lord's up there. Like, oh yeah, I'm a make England like that's a big part of his plans, man. This means absolutely nothing, man. These people really follow after these people because everywhere in the UK you see all these black people talking about England. Like these people don't like your ass. They have a black player on their team, and they're happy to have him. But as soon as football season is over, you go right back to being a nigger. So these people are more than happy to take from you when it's convenient for them. But apart from when it's convenient for them to deal with you, they don't want to deal with you. You go right back to being a nigger. You're gonna revert back to your place in which they consider you your rightful place, which is underneath them. But our people love to follow after these people, even though these people don't have no love for them. And it kind of goes back to what the dude was saying. Our people have to follow after people that essentially hate them. What I mean? You got this chick that loves you, well, not chick, but you're a woman, you have a husband that loves you, he cares for you, and you don't want your husband, you want to leave your husband, commit adultery with some dude that's just gonna beat your ass, what I mean, and completely neglect you. And that's how Israel is, man, in that wrong spirit. It is that same thing, man. I ain't trying to hear that. This is Isaiah 8:3. Sanctify the Lord of hosts themselves, and let him be your fear, and let him be your dread. And we're supposed to fear the Lord, because that's the beginning of wisdom. And he shall be for a sanctuary, but for a stone of stumbling, and for a rock of offense to both the houses of Israel. And thus Yahweh Shai, for a gin and for a snare to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and many among them shall stumble and fall and be broken and be snared and be taken, which is our people, because they don't understand, to get through, to get to the Father, you have to go through the Son. Bind up the testimony and seal the law among my disciples. And those are the only people who are really going to understand the law and judgments and the personality of the Most High. Because all these other people feel like, Yahweh's out here, setting up football matches, because the Lord really cares about whether or not Esau wins the friggin' European Championship. God damn. The Assyrians before and the Philistines behind, and they shall devour Israel with open mouth. For all this, his anger is not turned away, his hand is stretched out still. Like the Lord has always showed love for Israel. We don't love the Most High more than, we don't love Israel more than the Most High loves them. He made them. You know what I mean? I'd love to pull up that scripture, but it's escaping me at the moment. For the people turneth not unto him that smiteth them, neither do they seek the Lord of hosts. Therefore Yahweh will cut off from Israel head and tail, branch and rush in one day. The ancient and honourable, he is the head, which is the elders and the prophets making up the head. Ultimately the head is Yahweh Shai. And the prophet that teacheth lies, he is a tell. And who's a prophet that teaches lies? These so-called black churches that are telling you, to fall on Esau, to listen to him. He wants the best for you, even though he just wants to prick you with his baby sword, and have you friggin' being out here like you're Magneto or something. For the leaders of these people cause them to err. That dude's making his stupid ass music, and they that are led of them are destroyed. Therefore Yahweh have no joy in their young men, neither shall have mercy on their fatherless and widows. For everyone is an hypocrite and an evildoer, and every mouth speaketh folly. See that music there ain't nothing but folly. And that that dude's a hypocrite. He don't care about being healthy and caring about people in your community. Because if you really cared about people in your community, you wouldn't be making friggin' rap music where you're talking about killing people. You wouldn't be popping another man's wife and causing all kinds of turmoil in your community. So you really don't care. So don't come with that music like you care about your people. For all this, his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. For wickedness burneth as the fire, it shall devour the briars and thorns, and shall kindle in the thickets of the forest, and it shall mount up like the lifting of smoke. Through the wrath of Yahweh, through the Lord of hosts, is the land darkened, and the people shall be as the fuel of the fire. No man shall spare his brother. So when it gets real bad, these people out here, they're gonna revert back to the animals that they truly are, because these people don't have no morals out here, man. These people don't know what's right and what's wrong, because they don't understand the scriptures. To them, what's right and what's wrong is based on their own understanding, and that will change, on the whim, depending on whether or not they're hungry or not. Because there's that thick. Well, let me get that real quick. Uh, 9 meals from anarchy. You know, is been stated by in 1906. Alfred Henry Lewis stated there are only 9 meals between mankind and anarchy, and by Esau's thinking, what's that? Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, 3 meals in a day. He's saying 3 days, man. You can't fast 3 days. You're 3 days away from acting like an animal. Man, these people are weak, man. I'm gonna start at 20. And he shall snatch on the right hand and be hungry, and he shall eat on the left hand, and they shall not be satisfied. They shall eat every man the flesh of his own arm. Manasseh, Manasseh, Ephraim, and Manasseh. Oh no, I'm saying that wrong. And they together shall be against Judah, for all this his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. So even though our people fight amongst each other, turn against each other, the Lord is still with us. But people are like, wherein has the Lord loved you? Wherein has the Lord loved us? And ultimately, Yahweh Shai needs to come back, and that's a rod, and that's the stem of Jesse. And I'm gonna just read this quick to just end on. This is Isaiah 11. And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots, and the Spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him, the Spirit of wisdom and understanding, the Spirit of counsel and might, the Spirit of knowledge and of the fear of the Lord, and shall make him of quick understanding in the fear of the Lord, and he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes, neither reprove after the hearing of his ears, but with righteousness shall he judge the poor, and reprove with equity for the meek of the earth. And he shall smite the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips shall he slay the wicked. And righteousness shall be the girdle of his loins, and faithfulness the girdle of his reins. And it goes into how the wolf shall dwell with the lamb, so on and so forth, and there shall be peace on earth. But ultimately, Yahweh Shai needs to come back and give true judgment on the earth, and it doesn't come from listen to some pimped out Jake, even though you're able to use that to draw an analogy between certain things. But ultimately, the Lord needs to come back and make this right, because no one else can. Following Esau is just gonna lead our people astray, as it's been leading our people astray for 1,000 years. But again, our people don't wanna, return unto the Lord. They wanna lean on their own understanding and follow after Esau, even though this man is leading you down the ditch. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, double honest to the elders and apostles of Jesus, well, Shalom to those who let Shabbat Shalom.